situation in Imo predates my emergence as NLC president. Before I became NLC president, the NLC had through 2-3 NEC meetings resolved to go to Imo and Abia, even before the situation in Kaduna came up. And the NLC now went to Kaduna first. The situation in Rivers came up. The NLC went to Rivers. On arrival, the governor then, Wike, asked to meet with us and we resolved the problem. But quickly, after the emergence of the governor of Imo State then, he attacked the NLC secretariat during the time of Ayuba Waba, and took over the secretariat for 9 months, mobilized talks in our secretariat in Owerri, and the state chairman of the NLC then had to abandon his position and ran away from Imo State. And then we were looking for who will take position of NLC chairman. And then somebody of the vice started acting. The NLC sent a delegation to Imo, headed by Comrade Nasiru, the current Kebbi State governor, to reach some understanding with the governor then. And on the basis of that, he vacated the secretariat of the NLC, but before then, nothing is there now. He destroyed all seats, all computers, every document there, including photographs, files, documents, belonging to NLC, were destroyed by talks sent by Uzodimma. The secretariat was constructed and donated to the NLC by Roger Sokocha, his predecessor, or he destroyed it. After vacating the office, we continued to engage him. He signed an agreement, with the NLC delegation led by Comrade Nasiru, current Kebbi State Governor, Comrade Mubaja, Williams, Biobele, and I think TUC General Secretary late Lawa. And that agreement up to date has not been implemented. I wasn't the NLC president then. It wasn't politics. My predecessor was not playing politics by asking that the workers he described as those workers be paid. That was the situation. And when I emerged, we were here to even review these issues when the governor now attacked workers during the state delegates conference of NLC. The state delegates conference of NLC takes place in all the states of the federation in the country, including the FCT. It was only in Imo that the governor, after the Commissioner of Information called me to tell me that they don't want a candidate in that contest. And I explained to him that we don't put people out whose union has sponsored, that if they have a candidate, they should keep on supporting their candidate. But we can't tell people not to contest because the governor prefers the other candidate. Governor sent talks that they disrupted the election. I called them to continue with the election. They continued and he sent policemen to disperse them. We appointed the caretaker committee and responded. Some people who call themselves elders asked for 2 weeks to resolve the matter. I appealed to the neck of the NLC that people, these are from my state, they say the elders need 2 weeks, and that they say they have discussed with the governor. In 2 weeks they will address this matter. That 2 weeks went into, I think, almost 40 weeks now. the so-called elders have not said a word. We behave as if it's business as usual. On May 1st, when the workers gathered again for May Day, the governor sent talks again. They withdrew all police and civil defense people that were brought there and attacked the workers. Many of them were hospitalized. This time around, it was equally not politics. It was not equally not that the workers were campaigning for anybody. Still on the issue of ghost workers and those he has not paid for 3-4 years. Now after that, the NLC met severally and asked us to give him another 14 days since there was an agreement reached after that action. And in the agreement, the governor was specifically asking for the draft and was using his hand to cancel them. At the end of the day, I say, let it go, since that is what he wants. Between that May till now, the governor didn't say a word, no meeting, nothing. And when we sent him a letter issuing another 14-day ultimatum, he approached the court. And part of the affidavit he swore was that it was because he has been so busy. That is why he has not implemented the agreement. But at the end of the day, he didn't get any restraining order before we started going. There is nobody in this country, the security agencies, that didn't know we were going to Imo. We wrote them. We wrote the DSS, we wrote the police, we wrote everybody. And then when we got there, the event started unfolding. We addressed the workers and told some of them that came that Sunday with complaints that they have not paid them for years. And we said that will happen tomorrow. Ask all the people they were owing to come out, since the governor was saying he has paid everybody, so that we can assemble them for the governor to see the thousands of people, assuming he was not aware. It was in the event of doing that the following day that we got a report that workers that arrived as early as 7 a.m. were beaten up, their properties, their belongings, their phones seized, some of them with broken eyes. It was because of that around 9 that I went there with the assistance of about 20 security personnel. I was in the secretariat of the NLC and called some journalists to join, and then some of the officials of the NLC, so that we can address the press on the situation in Imo. It was then that the police led other people, those uniform, mufti, and they came and we drew about 20 security personnel that were there, we cried to, guiding us. And then the policeman arrested me and handed me over to talk. One of his small, I don't know whether that one is sergeant or inspector, said, "Okay, why don't you take him? Don't hand him over to these people." He shouted on the sergeant or so and said, "Come on, shut up." And that was how they dragged me on the floor, took me to this bus limo, and about 7 people. I can't explain the beating, but they tied my nose, tied my eyes, tied everywhere, and were hitting me with all manner of documents. And they were asking me why I was challenging hope, that I should say my last prayer, and that they were taking me to call it Joaba River. That's where they threw me. That was in the process. I didn't know how the same people carried me to police headquarters. It talks with their boss and brought me down there. And the police people were standing outside as if they are waiting for a common criminal. But that wasn't the end of my journey. When I got there, they transferred me to another bus, to where they call Tiger Base. It was there that they brought out even what they call court order and started interrogating me. There I gave statement. Even in the pens, I was pleading that I need to take I need some medical attention. They interrogated me for hours. I think it was in that process that they got a call and took me to the office of the Commissioner of Police, who now ordered that I should be taken to police hospital. The rest is now story. Gentlemen, that is exactly what happened in Imo, that I find myself here now, and I think we'll give glory to the Almighty God. I wouldn't know what other report, but whosoever has been collecting the money of Imo workers and calls himself elder and is eating that money, is eating blood money. Whosoever is keeping quiet, whosoever is writing any trash on top of the workers, some have died. There is a case where a man and a husband died, both teachers. Nobody has paid them a dime, on and on. The governor, in his statement yesterday, said, I've never come to maybe greet him as my governor. I have never gone to see any governor in my state up to this moment, and I will not. You can't be owing workers, and I'll be seen, coming to sneak in and out with you. And then the next thing people will say is that he has compromised. Ikedo Hakim was there, Ruta Sokocha was there, Chikudema, find out from them. I don't go there. The same thing everywhere. So I don't think whether that should be an offense, for him. And he said, I'm playing local politics. I don't know the one that is local politics. I'm not a card-carrying member of any political party in Nigeria. And as a governor, he should be in the position of some classified information. To say Ajaero is a member of PDP, Ajaero is a member of APC. Just as said here, I've attended 2 rallies in my life. One was that of Adams Oshomole, who happened to be APC. And the other one, Nasiru in Ketu, which happened to be APC. I've attended 2 inaugurations in my life. The same way in Edo for APC, and the same way in Ketu for APC governor. So I don't understand what is meant by playing politics or political game. But I thank God that I'm alive today. And whosoever has diverted the workers' money, wherever it might be, has diverted blood money and has attracted generational costs. The same thing with those justifying it, either through their write-up or whatever. So gentlemen, I don't want to be emotional about it. That's where we are today, and I've come to tell you that I'm alive here today. I don't know whether there are families that have exclusive preserve to contest election, or because if I'm NLC president, whether my family is banned from contesting election. Is that what you are trying to imply? Since I'm NLC president, none of my family members should run for election. But let me answer you direct. I'm not sure that anybody from my village, I'm not talking of family now, is even contesting for councillorship election. I want to take it beyond my family members. And if at all they are contested, like you said, and they have lost out, lost out, is it before the election or what? So if they have lost out, what's the issue? Because I listened to people who, especially Bayo Nonuga, who said he's writing for presidency. And I know that he lacks the capacity to write for the presidency. I practiced journalism with Bayo Nonuga during the Abacha days. And tell him, I say that he's a transactional journalist. And that there's a difference between guerrilla journalism and civil journalism. Tell him that I said that. He was with the news and I was with the Vanguard newspapers. So he can't be going into mercantile journalism and be dropping people's names. He should have known the importance of evidence, either in law or journalism. When you say somebody is going into politics, practicing politics, you say he's a member of Party ABC, or he attended this political meeting, or he attended this political rally. You provide evidence, or he made a statement to say vote for candidate A or B. There must be something. You can't just be a press assassin and you think it will go well with you. But anybody that is supporting the non-payment of workers' salary, him and his family, if they work, they will not eat. That's the mission we are on. It's a divine mission. If the whole world gather against this mission, comrades, they will all suffer for it. That people will stay 1 year, 2 years, they are not paid, and some people are using grammar to cover it up. It's not done now. All the people that have died in this process, their blood will be upon all these people supporting him. If he is writing for the party in government, the person that was killed in Imo State, Gulag, is a member of their party. Why have they not asked questions who killed Gulag? Why have they not asked questions why the former governors of Imo State have only been attacked? Rotas was attacked, shot at. Ikebo Hakim was attacked, shot at. Uzodimma has never gone near the state for a long time. Why are people not talking of the way people are being wasted in Imo? This other Ikenga Imo, his house was burnt, his uncle killed, everything he has burnt. This one that was talking yesterday, but there's a situation in Imo, and somebody is somewhere using flowery words, to cover evil. Anybody that supports evil, whatever you are, evil will be waiting for you. The person is attracting generational curse. We're on a divine mission. So that's the extent. I don't have anybody, any family member or whatever running for election. But they are free to run if they're interested. If I want to run for any office tomorrow, I will pick form of any party. Now, from the person that asks, there's no law that forbids a civil servant, public servant, labor leader from contesting election. But even Uzodimma knows that I'm not in the ballot for this election. I'm not running for any office. So why is it an issue? I'm the comment that asks whether we got permission. In the case of Muhammad Buhari versus the police, where the issue, even Khalifa Emi had severally gotten that order, where the issue of permission before we proceed, the appeal court was clear about it, that you don't need permission for a protest or rally. Clearly. You only inform them to say this is happening and for them to give you protection. The law is clear. When you write them, it's for them to. And in the case of the DSS, they asked me for my itinerary and I sent it to them in their headquarters here, that I will be at the airport this hour and go to the office, and the following day I will come to the office and start the rally from there. And that was my itinerary, and they didn't stop it because it's good I respond to this, and I didn't see any of their people apart from those that destroyed the TVC camera. And now for you, ask of yourselves, and some media organizations, that their workers are being humiliated. 2 TVC staff there were handcuffed. They were handcuffed to the police. I think it was at the police that they removed the handcuff. Are they equally playing politics with Ajaero? The TVCs, 2 of them, and the TVCs have kept criminal silence up to this hour, that their staff were handcuffed and carried to that place, when the only offense was to come and cover an event. Is that equally politics? Why has the NUJ not said a word? about the humiliation of journalists? Why has TVC kept quiet up to this moment about what happened to the journalists? This goes on and on and on up to this moment. And for the comrade that asks about whether that is the end, not even my death could have stopped the struggle for the payment of those workers. Nothing. If I had died in the process, the people that will take over will be more daring. And that's what we do. And that's why when you hear us say the struggle continues, any of the deputies here or any other person that will take over would have been more decisive in handling the issue anymore. So nobody is backing out. It's a question of allowing truth to prevail. The people you are owing, you pay them. At the stage, I told the DSS in Abuja here that the head mistress of the primary school I attended is retiring this month, and she has not been paid for 4 years. And that they had equally invited her for promotion interview, which means she is not a ghost worker. And that there's no other head mistress in that school. And you know that this is the head mistress of this school up to this moment. And that I'm from that state, and that I receive millions, thousands of calls on this issue. If I'm not from that state, people will not call me. I will not know. I can say the governor has paid them. The governor is right. But these are facts that are on the ground. And until you clear it, it will still be there. On and on. And some people were asking of time. Why is this time? In March, when they attacked the workers, was it during political era? In May, when they attacked workers, is it political era? Now, if he loses this election, will the new person listen to us? If a governor has not paid for 4 years and you kept quiet, a new person now comes. The first thing he will ask you is that, what were you doing for the past 4 years and you are disturbing me? But today, you and I and every Nigerian knows that Imo workers are owed, the Imo people they classified as ghost workers are owed this number of months. And you can't divert that money to the so-called elders forum to pick their medical bill, and you will not pay the workers, and they will be supporting you. That one now, blood money. So, comrade, I don't know whether there's any other thing you wanted me to say about this, So, if not, I think. Thank you.
So, the issue of your state of health.
Well, my state of health is not something that an ordinary person that is not a physician will go into. I think it's only a physician that can give a medical record, either to certify me fit or not fit. But at least as a human being, I've come to, because this coming out shows a lot. There are people that are angry, but at least they know that at least I'm alive. There are people that have been wondering whether I'm still alive. And then, yes, whether I'm in the country or not. And the person asks about medical treatment abroad. The NLC is one of the pan-Nigerian organizations that have been talking strongly against medical tourism. We believe that all these politicians, when they have headache, they travel abroad. When they have fever, they travel abroad. At the risk of even my life, I will try to take medical attention, get medical attention here, except if it becomes absolutely necessary. Thank you very much.